Hello friends, welcome back. We are talking about kitchens today. I haven't shared this information anywhere. I haven't even told Colby all of these ideas. So I'm excited to get it all out in front of you and let you tell me your thoughts. I've got lots of ideas and lots of questions in this space. This is going to be helpful for anyone who is wanting to add in character and charm to their own kitchen. So I pulled ideas from historic kitchens. In fact, there was one in particular. This is not a historic kitchen, but it's the one that really, I feel like, lit a fire under me for the ideas that I want to share with you today. It's this kitchen from Caraway, and it's a galley kitchen, so it's a small kitchen, and she color drenched everything. So the cabinets, the walls, the trim, the doors, everything is this beautiful sage green color. And that is a trick you can do in small spaces. It unifies it, and then it amplifies it and gives it a voice instead of all these little pieces all chopped up and vying for attention. It breaks down a small space. My kitchen isn't particularly tiny, but it's not that big either. I mean, I would love to have an island in here, and there's just no way I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm leaning towards this color drenching idea. I pulled up some pictures of just old kitchens. I would love to feel very French in here, very authentic. And there's a picture from Downton Abbey. And I just studied that and looked at how they stored things and how what the layouts were, and took pieces from that kitchen to put into this space. I almost forgot, but I am going to be using my design binder for this process. And this is a custom binder. Well, I spent 8 months designing this, going back and forth with the factory, sending it back, getting it redone. And it's a beautiful heirloom quality linen binder and a bunch of custom touches inside. And people use it for the classes that I teach. They use it for recipes, but I've never shown people how to turn it into a true design binder, a home design binder. And I am gonna do that on the 30th. So January 30th, we're going live on Zoom. I'm gonna have you with all your binders there and all the pieces, and I'm going to help you assemble it and explain the process, how to keep you on track with the project from start to finish, and then have really good archives on hand for future reference, and how to work with contractors and a lot of things. There's a lot I want to cover in that workshop. You're invited to come. You need to have a binder to come, and that has to be ordered by the 27th. So don't forget that date. We are getting close to January 27th. I just need to make sure that I can get it in the mail to you. But okay, you ready to talk about this room? I've got 9 major ideas. So let's start with the ceiling. We had raised it originally, and that did help the space. But still, it's only 8 feet tall, and I would love to have it 10 feet tall or something like that. So there's a couple things that you can do to make a ceiling more interesting, or to give it the illusion that it's taller than it is. The first thing we looked at was tin paneling. Now, they make really great fake paneling. It's plastic, much cheaper and lighter. And so we could put that all over the ceiling, and it would give a lot of interest and has a very Victorian feel to it. Another thing we could do instead of such a French look would be to make it a little bit more English, which would be beams on the ceiling. So Colby and I just taped up some brown paper in several stripes on the ceiling to give us a feel for about a week. I like to test things for about a week. And just, what does it feel like to have brown rectangles on the ceiling? Is it interesting, or is it kind of claustrophobic? So we tried that. And the third idea would be to raise the cabinets to the ceiling. You don't have to actually buy new cabinets. You just do fake boxes on top of the cabinet, and you trim them out. And that draws the eye up, and you, in your mind, feel like the ceilings are higher. So that's a third option. So tell me what you would do on that. The second thing that I'm looking at is paint colors. Da-da-da. First up, Pharaoh and Ball Vert de Terre, it's called, I think. And Sagey Green. There is also Evergreen Fog and Austere Gray by Sherwin-Williams. Those were recommended to me by some of you. And then the last one is called Nantucket Gray by Benjamin Moore. So, have you had experiences with any of those colors? What do you like about them? What do you not like about them? Let me know in the comments below. And then I've got my heart set on some unlacquered brass hardware. I think we could do little latches. I have 4 places where I could do the little latches. I could do that. I can do pulls and knobs. I am going through my entire kitchen and organizing all of it. Every January, my behind the scene group we go through our kitchens, and it's really nice to have accountability because it's a big job every year to go through the kitchen. So I want to get some new liner for some of my shelves. It's getting kind of beat up. And I want to replace some of my pans and some of my Tupperware. Okay, Tupperware has come and gone over the years, but I've been married for 27 years, thank you Jesus. And I still have my pans from my wedding. This guy is a bad one. It's been bothering me for a while. That's Teflon. Let me tell you about Teflon in a second. So the more I learn about the dangers of Teflon, the more horrified I am. This has been linked to behavioral issues, to increased risk of cancer, to liver damage, to fertility issues. And the problem is that Teflon, once it heats, it takes about 2.5 minutes. Once it heats to, I believe it's 500 degrees, it starts emitting these chemicals called forever chemicals, and you can't smell them and you can't see them. And they're getting in the food and you're breathing them. So enter the Caraway cookware that I'm so excited about for this year. So Caraway is known for being non-toxic cookware with this coating on it, which is super slick. Like you can even cook eggs and use hardly any butter to cook with, and they're not gonna stick, which I think eggs are the worst. I actually need to make some lunch, so let's do that. The founder of the Caraway company actually got Teflon poisoning, which I did not even know was a thing until I started to study this. But that sparked an interest in getting really good cookware out there. I actually find that people that go through hard things are like moms trying to solve a problem for their kids, they make the best products because they're so motivated to excellence and solving a problem, and then we all get to benefit from it. So I love hearing stories like that. The other thing that you get with being non-stick like this is it's really easy to clean them up. There's 2 things to know about the care of this kind of cookware that I am going to have to just get used to, which I don't think will be too hard, is I would suggest hand washing them and not using metal utensils. I got the cookware set. I think it's definitely the more economical way to go, and I suggest grabbing that if you're interested in this. So I got the saute pan, I got the saucepan, I got a Dutch oven, and then more of the wok style pan, and it comes with the lids. So buying the full set will save you, I figure, about 20%. I feel like mine have all kind of gone out at the same time anyway, so I need them all replaced. Now, another thing that saves us a lot of money in this house is packing lunches. So my husband works in Seattle. Have you seen the prices of lunches in Seattle? So one of the things I like to do is pack his lunch, which means I need good containers for that. Mine are just all kind of giving out. I have some plastic ones, I have some glass ones that are chipped. So Caraway has the most incredible storage containers. These are ceramic coated, just like the cookware. These can actually go in the oven. And of course we have our lids. They're non-stick, they can go in the microwave, they can go in the refrigerator, they can go in the freezer. Pretty much anywhere you want them, they can go. They are free of harmful chemicals. So the storage containers that I have 2 small sizes, 2 medium, 1 large, and then these great little pieces. My puppy wants to come in. These great little pieces that fit inside. So if you want to add salad dressing or sour cream or something. And then even some straps, if you're worried about spillage, like sometimes if I'm packing soup or stew, I will wrap my Tupperware in rubber bands, but now I have these that go actually with the Caraway set. And you have to look at the colors. There's so many beautiful colors. Their branding is some of the best I've ever seen. They send you everything you need to store it correctly, and I just love this product and I love this brand, and I really feel confident in recommending it to you. Okay, so like I said, the bundling will get you about 20% off, and then I also have a code for you, She Holds Dearly, for 10% more. You can stack on that and get started with some new things for your kitchen this year. Okay, the third idea is the walls. And I already touched on this when I was talking about the Heidi Caraway kitchen. But I think maybe we should do some paneling. And I'm interested in, I can do faux shiplap, vertical shiplap. That's easy to do. But do you think it would be worth doing it correctly, the tongue and groove paneling, so it would feel legit from 1906? Do you think it would be worth it? Would I feel like I can't change it later? I don't know that I would want to change it, but I've said that before. So I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in doing peg rail, but as you look around this kitchen, there is not a lot of space to even run peg rail. I've got the chalkboard, which I love, and I feel like I don't really want to change that. The other space is back here behind, like by the back door, and that already has hooks that are working fine. That's actually the best place for hooks. The other place that I could do it is right here, but that I've photographed there because the cabinet door opens and then it would hit those pegs. So I don't know. I might save that idea for the laundry room. Okay, lighting. So that brings us to this thing right here. Can you see behind me? That light, which I love, and I bought it at an estate sale at this beautiful mansion in town. And I had it rewired. I spent a lot of money on that. I do love the piece. I think it's from the 1920s. And so maybe I could sell it. Maybe I could use it in another part of this house. But it's always bugged me. And every once in a while, someone on YouTube will leave me a comment about, why is your light off center? They're right, it's off center. And that reason is because the ceiling, you can kind of see it sloping here. This is our staircase. And so there's structural framing going on there, and I couldn't get the junction box close enough to the center of the sink without cutting into the stairs just a little bit, but compromising the strength of those beams. And so I didn't do it. So we came over at 1 or 2 inches, but it's off. It's just a little bit off. Actually, it was someone in the comments, in the YouTube comments, they said, just forget the idea to have it come from the ceiling, because you have to have that junction box, and that's as close as you can get it to the stairs. Just have the light come out of the wall. And I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, why didn't I do this 15 years ago? So here's my light. I picked this one out from Anthropologie. It's on back ordered, and they have it styled going up. I don't know why we can't style it going down. I think it could look really good. I feel like I could go with the style really well. The one concern I have is that this light back here has 2 bulbs, and so great lumens, probably 260 watts. And if I get the first idea, the first sconce from Anthropologie, it's only 1 light bulb. Now, they have the same look. I think it's called the Eloise. I'll double check. The Eloise light. They've got a lot of variations of this light, but they have the 2 lights. Would that be weird? That is an option. What do you think of that idea? Number 5, appliances. We cannot live without appliances these days, even though I know they didn't have all that I have. But my thought is, number 1, get rid of the microwave, which I have had up here. It's been broken for years. I have a tiny little, basically the cheapest dorm room size microwave I could find is over here hidden behind the cabinet and the fridge. I can okay that, but I don't want it to be in plain sight. I would love a Smeg fridge, although I don't think it would even fit in that space. They're pretty tall. So I'm not really sure what I'll do. I gotta think on that. Give me ideas. Ideas. How do we get our fridges to look more vintage? For the dishwasher, I am going to copy my friend Andrea. Her husband made it look like an old ice chest, and did that with scraps of wood. And then I think I want to get a new stove. I'm looking at the French style stoves, maybe an Elve or something. Whew, those are great focal points. I feel like that really takes the kitchen to the next level. Okay, number 6, the sink. Okay, I've decided that I don't like faucets that come out of the sink. And the water pools, you've got to deal with buildup on the faucet, you've got to replace the caulk. I don't like how kind of high maintenance they are. So I'm very interested. Let me know if you have a wall mount faucet. I feel like just having it all come out and just down would be a good idea. So I'm looking at some brass faucets for that. I also am gonna need a high back sink for that. So I've been looking at legit old cast iron sinks, and I've seen several of them on Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks or something. Then that brings me to the cabinet underneath. I would love to just take the doors off and do maybe a ticking curtain. I feel like that would look very, very French. So lots of fun with the light and the sink and the faucet and the curtain. Then number 7, I've already said I want to pull this microwave out and then do something. I mean, I've got some ideas, sort of a mantle idea, but something custom. I could even bring down, cut out some type of a shape and bring 2 boards down here to really make it feel built in. That would look good maybe. Tell me your experience with custom hoods like that. And then of course we're gonna hang some copper pots too. I've already been thrifting those. I have so much to show you that I've been thrifting for this room. It's gonna have to be a whole nother video, but we'll do that soon. Number 8. This maybe should be been number 1. This is the biggest irritation in this room to me are my counters. They're granite, they're beautiful in some ways. I love the edging. I mean, granite's just, it's really nice. So I don't want to complain about it, but the pattern is very busy and I don't like filming or photographing on it. And so I'm looking at some different options. So I have a dark sort of slate color. I've got some samples here. And then a medium gray, sort of a soapstone look. And then a lot lighter, just Carrara marble, of course, is totally classic. I am always wanting to hear your thoughts on countertops, just people's experiences and their opinions. People have a lot of opinions on countertops, and for good reasons. So I'm thinking quartz that looks like one of these options. There's, of course, Carrara marble is pretty cool tones, that blue-gray veining in it, which would actually help maybe with the balance the floor color. But the other option would be to do something that's a little bit more creamy looking, creamy veining. So tell me which one you like best. And then number 9 would just be the custom detailing. And this is probably my favorite part. So fun to just work your way around the room and do all the little detailing. I have this laundry sign over the laundry room door. It's hearth and hand. I still really like it, but I think of everything with that sage green color that I would want it to maybe look a little more Victorian or something. And I found this gold one on Etsy, but it was sold out. And then I thought, well, why don't I take the cast iron one that I have and gild it and make it look gold, right? Should be fine. And then I am thinking about adding some corbels around in a couple places in here. I think a header over this door that goes out into our chicken yard could be really pretty. And then just things like a plate rack and outlet covers and all the other little custom touches that they used to do in old houses. I think those will be just the icing on the cake. So there you go. We've got 9 ideas that we could utilize. I hope that was really inspiring to you and encouraging. And we're gonna have a lot of fun in the next few months because I'm gonna share all these things, all the progress with you, and get this room finished. And don't forget, Caraway is offering an extra 10% off even their great bundle prices by using the code sheholdsdearly, and I will have the link for you in the description below. All right, thanks for hanging out in my kitchen with me, and I'm excited to read all of your comments. Don't forget, grab your binder if you still want to come to my workshop. All right, that's it for this week. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.